Welcome to the Soulfire Podcast, where healing is raw, truth is sacred, and your story gets to burn and rebuild in the same breath. I'm Power Coach Alishia, pattern breaker, soul mirror, fire starter, and the unapologetic voice of the burn it down and rise anyways revolution. We don't fluff your wounds, we don't filter your truth, and we don't water down healing so that people stay comfortable. You've spent way too damn long proving your worth to people who only love the version of you that stayed small, quiet, and convenient. If you've ever swallowed your truth to keep the peace, shrunk yourself to stay chosen, or disappeared in your life, this season isn't just a reset or another motivational podcast. This is where you reclaim your voice, your fire, and your fucking self. I'll give you the truth that heals, frameworks that hold, and soul codes that will change how you live, lead, love, and rise. Lovey, come forward. It's time for you to embody your wholeness. And I'm not only leading this season, I'm living it right beside you. Let's fucking go. Listen, when your business finally matches your soul, you will create a life that actually feels like you while you're living it. Instead of like you're looking through this mirror and you don't recognize the person, or you're in this haze or this fuzz or this a fog that is just not clear. You know, I've spent years, since I was 10 years old, coaching women through their life, through their journeys, what they're going through, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs. And it's literally like most women are so disconnected from who they are, what they want, where they're going, what they need, where the fun is, right? But most women are disconnected from almost every single aspect of their life because they're running 100 miles an hour towards a brick wall. And while they're running that 100 miles an hour towards that brick wall, everyone and everything else is being prioritized. Everyone and everything else is where the value is. Everyone and everything else is where the care is being given. And then you layer a business on top of that, and you spend all these years chasing success without ever stopping to ask yourself, does the way that I'm building my life actually feel good in my soul? Does the way that I'm building my life actually feel good in my soul? I'm going to ask you again. Does the way I'm building my life actually feel good in my soul? Do you ever fucking ask yourself that? Or are you chasing the money? You're chasing the good mom title. You're chasing the best partner title. Oh, you're the Susie homemaker who does everything. Do you fucking feel good? And I don't mean feel good because you're doing for everyone else. I mean feel good in your fucking self. Starts with you first, then everyone else. So don't use all that shit that you're doing to determine whether or not you feel good. Ask yourself, go into yourself to determine whether or not you feel good. Like if you weren't doing any of that, does the way you're building your life actually feel good in your soul? If no one was saying thank you and appreciating you, or if you couldn't see it come out in your children or your relationship, where the fuck it was, or getting the accolades at your day job or the clients in your business, does the way you're building your life actually feel good in your soul? If you were not getting the benefit and the rewards from your efforting, does the way you're building your life actually feel good in your soul? Because this right here is the final episode of our June series of your wealth design and how your soul shows you the way to money. And this entire series has been building towards this conversation here. Because we started with your values and your receiving patterns, and then we went into the wound that's sitting in your money. And then last episode, we talked about creating your natural rhythm in business. And now we land here. The moment where your business finally starts to match your fucking soul. Because this is where everything starts integrating if you take the step for yourself, if you move. Because, right, you still don't have the birth chart alignment. You still don't have your soul blueprint, which is your birth chart. You still don't know what your second house, your sixth, your eighth, your 10th, you still don't understand how all of that works. And if you do a little bit, the practical way that I teach and I show you that, it's going to blow it out of the water. In my world, your relationship with yourself, your partner, and the people in your quality world skyrockets practically overnight. And when you stay and you honor yourself and you do the work, so will your money. Because success feels differently when it matches your soul. There's a massive difference between building something that looks successful and building something that actually feels aligned inside of your body. I have built so many business, legs to business, refinements of business that looked successful. And don't get me wrong, I've built a lot of businesses that were successful. I built multiple $500,000 businesses that were successful. I built multiple six-figure businesses a year that were successful, and then I've built businesses that were just fucking shit and they didn't work and they fell apart. But let me tell you what, every single one of them, besides the SOULstrology and the Queendom, were misaligned. And I don't mean fully. They were just slightly misaligned in different ways and multiple areas. It was like right area here, but misaligned in this way. Right area there, misaligned in that way. Right area with this, misaligned in that way. Right area of marketing, misaligned in that way. And so what would happen is it was like I was on the right track, but it always felt like I was twisting my fucking ankle in a gutter, right? Like where the fuck did that come from? Because the thing is success that disconnects you from yourself, again, it eventually starts feeling heavy, even when everything looks like it's working. Because you can have the clients, the money, the visibility, the growth, the success, and everything working, and still feel disconnected from your own life, your own body, your own soul, your own rhythm, and how you fucking move. Because your soul was never asking you to build success at the expense of yourself. It was always asking you to build a life that supported you and felt fucking good inside. And so your business is here to support your rhythm and your nervous system. Okay. And this is the thing that nobody has taught you. Your business impacts your rhythm and your nervous system every single day. And I don't mean the result that you get. I mean the way that you sell, the way that you launch, the way that you market, the way you schedule yourself or clear your schedule when your soul screams for space, the way you communicate, the way you create content, the way you show up with your energy, the way you manage pressure, the capacity you have to hold whatever the fuck you want to do for the day. You want to talk about that? It all affects your body. And when your business constantly keeps your nervous system in survival, then eventually your whole life starts feeling emotionally expensive. And that's why alignment matters so fucking much, because your nervous system is part of your business model, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. And I'm hoping that because this is the last episode of the series, even if you've started with this episode, that by time you get to the end of this episode, I have shown you why it matters so much, and that you do acknowledge it, and that you do fucking move, and that you do something different. I have this killer, amazing Lionsgate 8-8 portal in-person soul camp that I am creating. It's an all-day soul camp. Okay. And I know it's brilliant. I know it's going to be amazing. And I also know that the marketing of it, I want to start before I leave for Texas. Yeah, I'm not sure that that's going to happen. And it's bothering me. It might actually start while I'm in Texas. We'll see. But it's bothering me. Why is it bothering me? Because I know in industry, when you're marketing something that is an all-day event, cost a couple $100, I know that there are 32 beautiful women souls that will be in this fucking room. 30, did I say 32? That's weird. Woo! 33. I know it, maybe there's going to be 32. Maybe I'm the 33rd. That was interesting. 33 has always been the number. 33 women in this room, right? I know this in my soul. I knew who I wanted for the sound bath. I knew who I wanted for the breath work. I was leaving it open for the universe to show me who the third person was that I was going to bring in. I have some really amazing ways that I'm facilitating this, and the way that the energy is, and the way that it sits and feels, and where the sacred soul shop, all the fucking things I have it set. And it's like, okay, the person I wanted for the sound bath, they're already booked. The person that I wanted for the breath work, they're out of town. The location, like, I haven't even nailed down yet, but I want to start marketing it. And it like feels like this cog. It feels like it's not working. And it's like, you know what? I'm meant to do this 8-8 Lionsgate Portal Soul Camp. This all day soul camp. I know I am. And I know that I'm going to do it. I know that it's going to be amazing. There will be 33 beautiful souls in there, and it's going to be fucking phenomenal. The way that it is meant to unfold, it will unfold, because everything is in soul and divine timing. And I had to let go of the way I thought it was going to look, the way that I thought that it was going to come together, because I am building and have been building a life that is aligned with my soul and that actually supports me. My soul asked me for that. I am doing that. Sometimes though, these little things will pop up and I'm like, this is the way I want to, gotta go. I gotta start marketing. I normally would actually want to market this for 3 months instead of, 2, but I'm only gonna have 2 because I'm going to do it. Blah, 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 and what if this, and what if I don't get the blah, and then that doesn't happen, and I'm gonna have less than 2 months. It doesn't matter, because I know that there will be 33 brilliant, beautiful, amazing women in this fucking room, wherever this location is, whichever location is meant to be. I have got messages out for the locations. I've got information out for the location. I have put in my number one choice. It's going to be. I even rearranged my time so that I could be at my number one choice because there's a yoga event before it. And for some reason, my number one choice is open on the A8 Lionsgate portal. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? There's a surround sound stereo system. They have everything that I need there. This is what I want. So I'm going to just be. Maybe they've written me back at the time that I'm recording this. I don't know. But yet I didn't check my email yesterday or today to see, right? I just stepped back because you know what it was doing? It was collapsing me. Why was it collapsing me? Because I was attempting to put myself in this space that was trying to force myself into. This is exactly what I want to do. This is exactly how it should be. But that's not for me to decide. That's not for me to decide. Okay. What's for me to decide is, where do I want the space? Was there availability? Did I put in the application? Okay, maybe this person for the sound bath, this couple wasn't the right one for this event. Maybe the breathwork woman that I wanted to do isn't the right one for this event. Trust me, everybody and their fucking dog does breathwork now. Everybody and their fucking dog does sound baths now. I have an idea for a second sound bath girl who does sound baths locally here. I met her once. She's covered in tattoos. I love her fucking energy. I love how she carries herself. I really, really, really love the soul of this woman. Maybe she's the one that's meant to do the A8 portal sound bath, right? The more that you force, the more that you're like cogging, right? You're literally, your nervous system, your rhythm is part of your business model. And I teach this shit and I'm constantly being shown, right? And I do acknowledge it. The question is, it's more than just acknowledging it, right? It's about living it. And yesterday I made the decision. Was it yesterday? I don't even fucking know anymore. I don't know. At some point in the time, in the last 3 days, 2 days, because it's not today, but in the last 2 days, I made the decision. I let it go. I guess it was 2 days ago. I was fucking collapsing. My nervous system was firing. Everything felt chaotic. I felt like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders. I felt like everything was my responsibility. I felt like I couldn't get out from underneath it. And it was fucking uh, it was literally throttling all the energy that I had. And you know what? The power is that your soul leaves clues everywhere. Your soul shows you every step of the way. It shows you the truth the entire time. It shows you through your exhaustion and resentment and frustration, moments of excitement, peace, expansion, things that light you up and things that drain you. And that was the thing. Like, I'm excited about the 8-8 portal soul camp. I'm excited about doing this. I'm excited about the SOULstrology in-person queendom and the sacred spaces that I'm building in my home for the women and just around Utah. Like, I'm excited for all of that. However, in that moment when I was attempting to set everything up so I could start the marketing, it was draining the fuck out of me. It was throttling the fuck out of me and it was kicking my ass. Then guess what? That's my soul leaving me the clue that now isn't the time to start the setup and marketing of that. If my sisterhood event sold out in 24 hours and I have people waiting for the next thing that I'm doing, I'm good. The women are going to be there. It doesn't matter that the statistical time frame for a 1 day retreat is 3 months of marketing and blah, blah, blah. Who gives a fuck? Like, just align with the vibration, align with the universe, align with your rhythm, and it will show the fuck up. The clues are always there. They are everywhere. But the thing is, you were taught to override yourself instead of fucking listening, to push through, to ignore it, to work harder, to keep going, to stay disciplined. And I used to be that woman too. I would have still done my best to create the flyer. I would have kept moving forward. I would have not fudged like the actual address of the location, but I said, we have a beautiful location and it's yoga mats, blah, blah, blah. I would have already done, I could have started the marketing. I know how to market something before it's all set up. I could have set the date, the time, and the location as the east side of Salt Lake to east side, whatever the fuck. It would have been fucking fine locations given after registration. I could have still done everything without everything being said. There will be a sound bath healer, there will be a breathwork person, there will be a third fucking person. I don't even know what the fucking shit they're gonna do there, but I know that they're gonna be there. That I already know all of that, so I could have moved forward without it being set. But my nervous system was screaming, you will not push through this this. You will ignore me. You will not work harder. You will not keep going. You will not be disciplined based on your fucking mind and how long it takes to market and all the bullshit. Listen, Alicia, your soul is whispering, there's another way. And this is what I'm telling you right now. Your soul is too. I live this shit every single day. I'm not here to pretend like I got it all figured out and I'm perfect at it, because I'm getting hit over the head just as you are. Sometimes I'm 100 miles an hour towards that fucking cement wall like I used to be, and I have to fucking slam on the brakes, stop every motherfucking thing, go into soul practice ritual, and shut out from the world, because I am making decisions from my mind and pushing pressure, force, must do, should do, have to, while my fucking nervous system is throttling, right? I say this every episode and I'm going to keep doing it till your ass is in there. It's why I created the Queendom, right? Because most women are living like just like this. Like my stories, you can hear yourself in, because I am you, you are me. Everything that I teach, everything that I do is because I live my coaching. I live my how do I want to put this? My coaching is my lived experience. My coaching is my fucking life. I've never taken a life coaching certification, a business coaching certification. Have I been in certifications? Yes. Have I completed any one of them? Fuck no. Because I get in there and I feel like they're restrictive and they're trying to make me follow some fucking form and some sort of framework and some sort of way of transforming your goddamn life. I don't need that, bro. I have lived the school of life. I don't need someone telling me how to do that. So for me, it's modalities and processes and energy type stuff, but not the energy type stuff like Reiki. I have Reiki certifications that that I've bought. I've never fucking done them. Why? Because I read energy without that. It's already naturally here. I already have my natural ability. I already trust myself. I already trust what I get. I already trust the downloads. I already trust how I move. And I want to teach you how to fucking do that. So click the link in the show notes, join the Queendom, do the 30-day soul wealth relationship reset. It is free right now. At the time that I'm recording this, you can get in. They're broken down into 10-day sets. You unlock keys throughout it. It's so fucking pimp. I'm upgrading it, making it even more experiential. We are building a container together inside of the Queendom where we hold each other, we love each other, we honor each other, and we also tell each other the motherfucking truth. Even if it hurts, even if it's hard, even if you don't want to hear it. In my world, the truth, it's like what Jim Carrey says in Liar Liar. The truth will set you free, right? Like, and then he's like running or something. What if everything that you've been forcing day in and day out in your life up to this point was never meant for you in the first place? What if? Well, I have a community that's built specifically for women just like you. And in this community, we go straight to your birth chart because this is where your real soul and wealth design lives. Inside the Queendom, every single month, we run 4 live sessions together: a wealth camp for your money, a soul camp for your healing, 2 soul money roadmap workshops to map your aligned path forward, all custom built around your birth chart and your soul's design. This is your missing piece because it's your design, your chart, your wealth frequency, and your soul. That's what makes it so freaking powerful. And when you join at VIP, you receive a fully personalized birth chart, soul, and wealth course that has 4 custom audios in there recorded specifically for you and your chart. It has your soul architecture, your healing patterns, your wealth wiring, your relationship dynamics, your relationship rhythm, your daily rhythm, how you're meant to make money, how you're meant to show up, what business you're meant to build. All of that is in there. And then it's all wrapped together in a very simple, easy to implement 90-day plan so that you can take that information and get it deployed in your life. So click the link in the show notes and get signed up for your free 7-day trial. Queen, come home because we're waiting for you. That's my world. That's what we're doing. It is big. It's beautiful. It's powerful. When you step into the Queendom, it's to get charged the fuck up. That's why I call myself Power Coach Alishia. And it doesn't matter if you are in the online Queendom or the in-person, like, the in-person sacred Queendom or the online, like, virtual Queendom. Either place, you're getting that power, that energy, that fire. Now, I will say this, and I have said this for a lot of fucking years, and I'm going to continue saying this. If you get the opportunity to meet me in person, see me in person, come to an event in person, you do every single motherfucking thing that you got to do to get there. Why? Because there is nothing better than me in person. There's nothing more transformative than me in person. There's nothing more powerful for you and your transformation and what you get. It's like a jolt of fucking electricity charging you up, like, the defibrillator paddles when your heart is fucked up or out of rhythm or you're flatlining. It's like I fucking take you and I charge you with those bitches, literally, and it just shoots you out of like this cannon, and your life changes from that moment. Now, it's like that online. It's just lesser because you've got technology almost taking the energy and muffling it, not muffling me, but the energy is coming through a screen, and everything is vibration, everything is energy, and as energy moves through things, it changes how the energy moves, right? And so this is through you're listening through this through technology, or if you're watching me on video. And so that's why, if you are in the virtual queendom, it's still powerful. I've changed plenty of people's lives online. I'm just explaining to you that you move mountains, heaven and fucking earth, to see me in person. And I will say this as well before I continue through this session, is that there will come a point where I will be on a tour. I'll probably do an East Coast tour and a West Coast tour in the same year, but on different halves of the year. So I'm gonna do an East Coast. I'm gonna do a West Coast. There'll be an opportunity for me to maybe see me locally, but flying here for a 1 day soul camp or a 3 day soul treat will be the thing that you did for yourself, was the moment that you changed your life in a way that is unexplainable. So me in person is like that, unexplainable miracle that nobody understands why it happened and what happened, but they know that it is, right? So I know that's like a big puff up for me, but it's not a puff up because I'm ego driven. It's a puff up because I know what I'm here for. I know what I'm born for, and I know the difference that I've made in thousands of people's lives. I coach badass business women, but I've changed plenty of men's lives as well. I'm just saying, like, if you are listening to this podcast and you're not in the queendom and you're not stepping forward for yourself to upgrade to the premium or the VIP, and like really stepping forward, this is like chump change compared to the thousands and thousands of dollars that, people charge. And listen, you're listening to the podcast right now, and look what you get here. So what I'm doing is I'm calling you forward. I'm calling you into yourselves. Show the fuck up and make decisions. Step off the fucking cliff and believe the parachute will open. You do not play it safe in my world. You do not play it small in my world. You don't wait and see in my world. You fucking move. You step forward first. You invest, you grow, you change, you do, you move. And every fear that comes up and every step you take, that's what you fucking heal. Because this is what integration actually looks like. It's about being more honest with yourself, and actually being fucking honest with yourself. Honest with yourself about what works for you and what doesn't, and what drains you and what energizes you, and what kind of life you actually want, as well as what kind of business actually supports that life. Because once your soul and business stop fighting with each other, or you stop fighting within yourself, everything starts moving differently, and your business becomes lighter like a feather, and it's like an energetic charge. And this is the shift that happens when your business finally matches your soul. It becomes cleaner and more sustainable and connected and more alive. And listen, you might even be working more, or you might be working on the weekends, or you might be working in these really long sprints and then taking time off. None of that matters, because you're doing it based on your rhythm, not based on your mind and your forcing and the pressure. You're moving in the feminine energy rather than the masculine energy. And the reason why it's so powerful is because you stopped abandoning yourself while you work, and that changes everything. And so then the business becomes the extension of your values, of your rhythms, of your truth. See, right now, if you're not doing what it is that you want to do in your business, you're not showing up the way that you want to show up, and you're not getting the result that you want, it's because you're treating your life and your business as two separate things. Remember, your business is the extension of your soul first, your values, your rhythm, your truth. Okay. And if you have them separate, you'll find yourself performing in both areas of your life, in your personal life and in your business, and struggling to harmonize the two. And every day that you show up to work, the work that you're doing is the fight between the harmonization. And when you let that go and you realize that my work is staying with myself, value, loving, honoring, respecting myself, then that creates the extension. And it also leads to your wealth becoming embodied, because now your nervous system is involved and your values are involved, your relationships are involved, your whole actual fucking life is involved. And when all those pieces start moving together, your sales and your wealth, they stop feeling separate from you and they start feeling like you, right? You start building from that place and you're not chasing it. You're not going, oh my God, I need the money. I want to do blah, 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 blah. It's like, you know what? It just shows up. You start attracting, okay? It starts feeling like something you build in alignment with who you are, and it starts coming into you. And that changes the entire experience of your success, your life, your relationships, just the way you view yourself and you love yourself and you honor yourself. And this is what this entire series has been walking you through: your original wealth blueprint and the truth about your soul and how it actually values things. Okay. And then the wound sitting underneath what feels safe enough for you to hold. From there, we went into creating your natural rhythm in business, because that was really, really important, right? How the way that you build actually honors your nervous system, your energy, your life. And now we've landed here. The moment where your business finally starts matching your soul and you know exactly what that looks like. And in the Queendom is how you do that. In the Queendom, we have different levels that you can attrition to that will take you through that, because this is where wealth becomes personal, where your success becomes sustainable. I did a poll a couple of weeks ago that asked, a few different questions, and the number one voted on the thing was sustainable momentum. This is where you get that, right? You're getting the knowledge now, the action, the how, the plan in alignment with your birth chart, and the astros and everything that's going on day in and day out happens inside of the Queendom. This is where your life and your business finally start moving together, right? It's like kayaking, right? If you're in a two-person kayak, the person in front is actually steering, and then the person in the back is the power. But if you're not communicating, you're going to go in fucking circles or just capsize, right? So if you skipped any of these episodes for the June series, I would go back and walk through this entire series, because although we're talking about business and money, it's actually about learning how to build a life that actually supports who you are. And I know that I deliver the power. I know that I deliver the fire. I know that these episodes are fucking phenomenal. The question I have for you is, how deeply are you letting these episodes land? Are they stopping at your head? Do they stop at your throat? Do they stop at your heart? Are you letting them drop all the way down into your lower chakras? Is it soul deep? Where are you throttling yourself to connect, grow, and transform? Where are you holding yourself back because you say you want it, but you have a million fucking excuses? And then when those excuses show up, you defend the excuses, and then you're upset because you're sabotaging yourself and you never get anywhere. It doesn't make any sense for you to listen to people's podcasts or, take part in people's free webinars or master classes or challenges or even join the fucking Queendom for you to not do anything. Listen, momentum requires consistent action that feels good and aligned in your soul. And if you don't actually take the action, you can't get the momentum. You can't connect to the alignment, and it's not going to fucking feel good. Again, step forward, and whatever fears come up, that's what you heal. That's how you transform. So declare this: I create wealth, success, and a life that fully honors who I am. I create wealth, success, and a life that honors who I truly am. I create wealth, success, and a life that fully honors who the fuck I am. And remember, you are worth it. You are always worth it. So move, take the step, fucking show up for yourself. Because the world needs who you were made to be, whether or not the business is successful, whether or not you ever make the money you want to make. The world needs who you were made to be, how you show up, how you add value, how you love. So you need to show up every single fucking day as the badass you are and slay. I'm Power Coach Alishia. We'll see you next time. Oh my gosh, Queen, thank you so much for being here, because we're all in this together through this journey called life. And if something landed for you today, if something moved inside of you in this episode and you felt that fire light the fuck up in you, then your next step is to step forward for yourself into the Queendom, because this is where we do this work together, live, every single month. The soul work, the healing, the wealth blueprint, all tied to your birth chart and your soul's design. So just click the link in the show notes to start your free 7-day trial and know that this castle was built for you. We will see you inside.